Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. That's right, folks, we're kicking things off with a classic one-liner. If you thought that was good, just wait. We're about to dive headfirst into a sea of laughter, where the waves of mirth will leave you gasping for air. From the best rib-tickling jokes to the most side-splitting clips, we've got it all lined up for you. So sit back, get comfy, and remember to keep breathing. Brace yourself, we've got a laughter storm brewing. Ever heard about the guy who lost his left side? He's all right now. What a start, right? Hold on to your laughter because we're just getting warmed up. Now let's dive into a whirlwind of hilarity. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. And speaking of trust, what's more reliable than a pencil? Nothing, because a pen can always run out of ink, but a pencil will never let you down. Now let's talk about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers. He will stop at nothing to avoid them. And, I once told my neighbor that I was reading a book about anti-gravity. It's so good, I can't put it down. Have you ever pondered why the bicycle couldn't stand up by itself? It was simply too tired. And speaking of tired, why don't we ever tell secrets on a farm? Because the potatoes have eyes, the corn has ears, and the beans stalk. Ever wonder why the math book looks so sad? Because it had too many problems? And, I once tried to catch some fog, but I missed. Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? He made a mint. And speaking of mints, why don't some coins argue? Because they make sense when they just get along. What did the grape say when it got stepped on? Nothing, it just let out a little whine. And speaking of wine, do you know what the grape said to the raisin? Stop whining, you're such a drip. Why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. And speaking of salads, why did the cucumber blush? Because it saw the salad tossing. And finally, did you hear about the actor who fell through the floorboards? He was just going through a stage. And that, my friends, is what we call a joke-splosion. Now let's switch gears and enjoy some hilarious situations. First up on our laughter menu, we have a delightful slice of life from the world of radio pranks. Here's a charmingly bamboozled gentleman who for the longest time believes he's speaking with the Queen of England herself. Oh, the things people will believe when they're caught off guard. It's a hoot, I tell you. Next, we have a gem from the treasure trove of stand-up comedy. A comic genius masterfully spins a tale about a first date gone hilariously wrong. From the awkward silences to the accidental spillage of soup, the story is a comedy of errors that will have you rolling with laughter. And who can resist the charm of a funny pet clip? We've got an audio recording from a parrot who seems to think he's an opera singer. The bird's earnest attempts at hitting those high notes are nothing short of comical. It's a symphony of squawks that's sure to have you grinning from ear to ear. Coming up next, we have a classic scenario that's been the source of countless laughs. A family game night turned chaotic. The clip features a family playing charades, and let's just say their interpretations of the prompts are wildly creative and yes, absolutely hilarious. Lastly, we've got a dash of humor from the world of podcasts. In this clip, a duo of comedians discuss the quirks of everyday life, from the perils of grocery shopping to the oddities of public transportation. Their witty banter and knack for finding humor in the mundane is guaranteed to tickle your funny bone. And there you have it, folks. A smorgasbord of comedy, a medley of mirth, a buffet of belly laughs. From pranks to pets, from stand-ups to podcasts, we've covered it all. A round of applause for the unwitting stars of our comedy show. Hope you got some laughs left in you because here comes our final joke. Picture this, a chameleon walks into a bar and the bartender says, "If your face is any indication, you must really like this place." Now that's a color-changing critter who knows how to blend in. Talk about taking the phrase "going green" to a whole new level. So, did you manage to keep a straight face? If you did, you must be a robot. Until next time, keep laughing.